what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far.
Happy Monday. I was out here in the garden picking some veggies. I didn't think there'd be very much, so I didn't bring a basket. I have a whole shirt full of stuff. I'm like holding up my shirt full. I also have a whole lot of baby green beans on the vine, so I am excited about that. I'm gonna get this stuff inside, get a cup of coffee, get dressed, get Bubba and Mika up for speech. I need kids to come feed the pigs because they are calling for breakfast. Chickens want fed, watered, and let loose. And I'm gonna get ready to take kids to speech as well. So that's kind of where our morning's going. I'm not making breakfast today. I did not vlog yesterday on Sunday, but I made scrambled eggs, hash browns, sausage patties, and biscuits, and almost nobody wanted breakfast before church. So I have a whole bunch of breakfast leftovers. They can have that or oatmeal or cereal, but I am not cooking. So I'll just take all that out, and whoever wants it can heat up what they want, and that'll be breakfast today. I have a duck coming out to the garden. I'm not sure why. But I plan very much today to get out here and work on this mess. I am going to, it'll be hot by the time we get back from speech, and I should have got up sooner, but I slept in this morning. So, this morning, when we get back from speech, I'm going to come out here as long as I can before the heat sets in, and then I'll go in the house for 20-30 minutes and then come back out for 20-30 minutes, and I'll do that all day. And in between, I'm going to have kids working on some bedrooms. We are, I think, almost done going through everybody's clothes and belongings, so now things need to start getting put up. I started that like 3 weeks ago, and then I ended up sick, and then CJ ended up in the hospital, so it's still not done. But I want to purge through everybody's stuff this summer before I start lesson planning to start school back. So I need to get that done. And actually, I've kind of already started lesson planning because I started making a list of things that I need to get ready. What I'm doing differently this year and things. I'm working on getting spelling lists together. I'm working on what CJ is going to do this year because he wants to do more research papers for some of his subjects and kind of combine like history and writing and reading and research and all that together for one subject a day. So I've got to start getting that planned out the rest of the way, but I've kind of got some ideas written down, just stuff like that. So anyways, I'm going to get this stuff inside so I can get kids woke up. Go to the house. Yeah, let's go to the house. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm leaving. My shirt is full of veggies. To work in the garden and do various things around the house today, but the asthma clinic just called me. At first they asked if we could come in tomorrow to Yukon, which is like 2.5 hours from us, and get seen there. I said absolutely, wherever they can see him soonest. As soon as I hung up the phone, somebody else called from there and said, hey, can you see him at the office? It's an hour away in like 2 hours. And so I just rushed, got kids ready. They all got books and stuff to take to their grandpas. and I am going to go drop them off with him and get CJ to this appointment. If it changes. You're so weird.
It's my QR code.
It's not a QR code.
Take you to the website. Up high.
No. You're so weird. The number, they did the normal pokes, but this side they did the needle.
On this side too.
Yeah, they did the needle under the skin to see what he would react to. Don't touch it.
No, it's just so bad.
And this is where he's at right now, and he's still got a while. You gonna live?
It itches.
Afternoon, actually good evening. It has been a day. I had all these plans to do garden work and get things done. And then this lady from the asthma clinic that I have been fighting with for a week and a half almost now called me and said, I see you got what you wanted and got your guys' names pushed up on the wait list. Well, we have an opening tomorrow in Yukon, and that's about 2.5 hours from us. And there's a fly in my car, as always. That's how you know you live on a farm. There's always flies. Anyways, she said, we have an opening in Yukon, and you can bring him there. There's another fly. And you can bring him there tomorrow. And I said, okay. And she said, oh, you really want that appointment? And I said, sure, I'll take any appointment we can get. And so she got us all scheduled. I got off the phone with her, called my father-in-law, told him, hey, I need you to watch the kids tomorrow. I got the appointment for CJ finally. He said, okay. And then I hung up with him, and the lady that I had been corresponding with via email that runs the actual offices for the asthma clinic, she called me, and she says, hey, you know, I talked about trying to get you pushed up, and I put you on the front of the waiting list. She said, well, we have a cancellation in 2 hours here at the main clinic, and that's about an hour from us. And I said, we'll take it. And she said, okay, good, because it's with our head asthma doctor. And I said, okay, great, we'll be there. So I called my father-in-law, and I was like, change of plans. I need you to watch the kids, like, now. And so I got all the kids ready as fast as I could, like, literally as soon as we had gotten home from speech. I was like, get dressed, get dressed, get dressed. Got them loaded up. They came over here to my father-in-law's with a bag of chicken nuggets and a bag of french fries to put in the oven for lunch because it was 11, and I didn't want him to have to worry too much about what to feed him and all that. And me and CJ drove the hour up there. We stopped and got McDonald's on the way because I hadn't eaten and he hadn't eaten because he is not a morning person. He had just woke up when I walked in the door and said, get ready to go. And so we got up there. We spent 5 hours up there. It was like the clock, they have a clock that runs while you're in there so you know how long you've been there. And it was like at 4 hours and 50 something minutes when we walked out the door. They did several breathing tests, several breathing treatments in between breathing tests to figure out whether his problem was the inhaling or, you know, what was going on. And he is not getting deep enough breaths. She changed all of his medicines. He had to get 7 new scripts today. It was ridiculous. Several of them his insurance would not cover. They also did some allergy testing on him. They did like the skin pokes. I showed a video of it. And then some of those, they weren't, like, they were real light and she wanted to be sure. So then they took the needle and did the actual, like, poke with the needles. And did that. And he lit up for several. He's allergic to dust mites. He's allergic to some different molds. He's allergic to cockroaches. He's allergic to dogs. He's allergic to cats. Every tree they tested him for except cedar trees. He was allergic to elm, oak, pecan, cottonwood. There were so many. Timothy grass, Bermuda grass, Johnson grass. There was a bunch of those. A bunch of different types of molds and things. There was a lot. He was allergic to a lot. He's allergic to dogs and cats. They told us because our cats go in and out, the cats need to really stay out for the most part or stay in. And then we need to try to give them baths. Or brush them, something to get their hair and dander to where it's less, or get rid of them. And then on the dogs, they said give the dogs weekly baths, and that should solve the problem with the dogs if the dogs are an issue, and for him to stop sleeping with and yet I really got nothing I needed to do at home done. So when I leave here, actually I'm going to go talk to my father-in-law, explain the whole visit to him because he kind of wanted me to sit down and talk to him. So I'm going to explain the whole doctor's visit to him, tell him how everything's going to be going on, about CJ's new inhalers he's going to be using, all that. CJ's also going to start some allergy shots. He used to do those years ago when he was 6 or 7, till he was probably 9 or 10. And then for some reason they quit shipping them to us. I think they were probably sending them to a wrong address or something, because they kept telling me they sent them, but we weren't getting them. And so we just quit doing those. But we're going to start doing those again. He starts those in a few weeks once they get his breathing stable. But essentially they feel like he was in the mountains camping. They think he did catch a virus. But on top of it, his asthma was kind of exacerbated from being in the mountains. And then the heat and having all these allergies that we didn't even know he had. He had allergy testing when he was like 6. And he was not allergic to half the stuff he's allergic to now. He had some dust mite allergies, mold allergies, cockroach allergy, mold. He had some mold allergies, but not as many as he has now. He has dog and cat allergies now. He had no animal allergies before, except for like the dust mites and things. But they tested him for every animal we have on our farm, and they did pigs and pig meat. They did donkeys, they did rabbits and rabbit meat, chickens and chicken meat, and eggs, and all of those were negative. All his food allergies were negative, which that's what he was worried about. But yeah, he's going to start the allergy shots. He's got a whole new regimen of inhalers, medications, nasal spray, and eye drops and things to hopefully get the bloody noses that he's having like 10 times a day under control, and the asthma under control, the breathing under control, the allergies under control, and hopefully he'll feel like a new person again. That's the goal. So that's kind of where he's at. And he's at home. I went ahead, dropped him off and the food off at home. He and James are at the house. They're getting the oven preheated, getting the lasagnas in and cooking. I'm going to go talk to my father-in-law, tell him how this all went down, how everything's going, and pick up the kids. And then we're going to go home, take care of all the animals before dark, eat some dinner. If I have time before dark, I'm going to do some garden work, try to get something done. If not, I'm just going to have to get up early tomorrow and just hit the garden. But I am so thrilled they got him in today because I've been so stressed about this. When I talked to the old youth minister that is now retired, he was doing the prayer request, and he said, tell me what's the most important thing on CJ's prayers right now as far as, you know, getting things figured out, getting them worked out. And I told him, I said it was getting him into the asthma center, because the lady I'd been talking to kept saying his need did not seem urgent to her. She didn't feel it was a need that he needed to hurry up and get in. And she knew that his referral had said to rush within 10 days, but she just didn't see a need. And she was very difficult about it. She kept saying September 5th was the soonest they could see him. There was nothing she could do about it. So I was very stressed because he was already out of all of his medicines. He was out of his inhaler. I had called the emergency room, have them call in a new one. And then insurance wouldn't cover it, so that was $1,100 for that specific inhaler. And the amount he needed, because he's doing 8 puffs every other hour instead of 2 puffs every 4 hours like most inhalers, or twice a day. So it's a lot more medicine. He's going through them in about 5 days. And so I was like, you know, that's really what we need, is somebody to really, like the lady emailed me and said she would call me today. I said, that's what I need. I need her to really call me and get him in. And he said, then that's what we'll pray for. And that's what he said at church yesterday. Everybody pray he gets in sooner than later. So I was so thankful when I was driving home, and somewhere on them hills, I had missed a call from her. And so I called back. I got the lady that was rude, talked to her. She scheduled him for tomorrow, an extra 2 hours away. But I was able to get him in there at the other office with the lady I'd been talking to that ran the office. She called me right after, so I'm just so thankful that things worked out. We were able to get him in, and I feel like we are really going to get some headway going with him. So anyways, I'm going to get over here. I'm going to finish pulling up behind his van a little closer. I just kind of parked here because I knew there was enough shade that you guys could see me and not just like sunlight on my glasses. But I'm going to go ahead, get parked, go talk to him, get my kids, get some stuff done around the house. And I'll show you guys dinner when I get it done, but it's nothing fancy. It's great value lasagna, marketplace salads, great value breadsticks, great value ice cream. Holy cow, Bluebell ice cream was $9 at Walmart. So I said, nope, we got great value containers of ice cream. But anyways, spent $62 at Walmart on just dinner and ice cream. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to get in here. I'm going to get my kids. And I'm going to get the rest of this day underway. So here is our quickly thrown together dinner after a long day. We've got all kinds of salad dressings, a salad, some cherry tomatoes on the side for those that want tomatoes. Some of my kids don't like tomatoes so much on salad. They like them plain. So I just try to keep those separate usually. And then we have 2 big family-sized lasagnas, and I did 2 boxes of breadsticks. And that's it for dinner tonight. Just a simple dinner because I was wore out and it had been a very long day. I feel like we got to the bottom of a lot of things going on with CJ, so I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful that we were able to get him in. But today did not end with just that, because Bubba went to take out the trash and he got stung by a red wasp, which he's very allergic to. We had to go take an ER trip, get some steroids, get some cream for his bite, and they had to kind of watch him, make sure it would not turn into a bad reaction, because he's had some pretty bad reactions in the past. From the ER, Bubba just went inside to get his ice pack back out of the freezer and start icing his hand again. I'm going to get inside. I'm hoping that the girls clean the kitchen like I asked them to do when I left, so I don't have to, because it's now 11 o'clock. I've been going since early this morning when we went to speech, and then we went to the city for CJ's stuff, and then came home, took him, all that. I'm tired. I want to take a hot shower, drink some cocoa, and go to bed. So I'm going to end this video here, but I'll give you guys some updates on CJ's new medicines. Hopefully, you know, in the next day or two, we'll see some real improvement. And then I'll also let you guys know how Bubba's sting's going, because they gave him some steroids while we were there, and they told us if it's not better by Wednesday, go pick up an oral steroid. She's calling in and call his doctor about getting him in possibly on Thursday just to make sure he doesn't have an infection from it. But mainly the problem is inflammation. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.